Civil war has been raging in Syria since 2011. Even now, 13 years later, there seems to be no resolution in sight. Over 12 million people have been forced to evacuate in and out of the country. This man fled Syria to come to Japan, where he now works as an IT engineer. Iskandar Salama has been in Japan for 6 years. To help his fellow Syrians skilled in IT earn a living from where they've evacuated, Iskandar finds online jobs for them.
There are a lot of engineers in Syria. There are talented engineers and high-skilled engineers that couldn't get this opportunity, same as me. I want to help them also to get a similar opportunity and to match them with Japanese companies so they can work with it.
Let's get a closer look at Iskandar's efforts to provide his compatriots with opportunities to work. In a Tokyo business district, Iskandar is heading to his workplace.
colleague, 同じ会社。マイルさん。
What did you buy?
おにぎりとクレール、カスタードクリーム。I like onigiri. Also, I like onigiri no with natto, but I don't find it.
Iskandar has gotten used to the Japanese diet. He works for a company that supports people who evacuated from their home countries for various reasons. Regular employees include the president and the person in charge of business development, both Japanese, as well as 2 Syrians. They also hire contract staff for things like design and accounting. The company has been producing websites for restaurants, training materials for businesses, and so on. A total of about 30 client firms so far. They've developed an app to help prevent vehicle theft.
We are using it for motorbikes, and it has a small battery inside.
Iskandar places the GPS tracking device in the glove compartment. He then activates the phone app they created, which shows the car's location on a map. If the vehicle is stolen, the system tracks where it goes. Supporting the development of the app are 5 IT engineers who live as evacuees in and out of Syria. They put their expert technical skills to use in the system's programming.
Habib is in Erbil, in Iraq.
Today, they're holding a meeting regarding a website under development aimed at matching Syrian engineers with Japanese businesses. The site's design needs to be made more user-friendly for Syrians.
You said you need to change the design.
Actually, they said that Dai the Brave is making a new design.
I mean, instead of him working on end users are who? Are Syrian and Syrian engineers in the Middle East, right? Because even Dai, I don't know if he will get the sense of the Syrian engineer.
My opinion, I think we need to wait for Dai or check with Dai if he finished anything.
What I think is, with a small improvements on this, it can fly. At least at the very beginning. Later we can change.
Many engineers cannot find a job in Syria, suitable job, even in Syria or around Syria. However, at the same time, in Japan, there is a need for IT engineers. So we're trying to match between the Syrian engineers and Japanese companies.
Iskandar plays an important role in helping his fellow IT engineers living in evacuation. The path he himself has traveled has also been arduous. From childhood, he was a high-achieving student. His mother encouraged him to pursue a career in medicine, but his interest in computer science brought him to study at the renowned Damascus University. Iskandar was getting excellent grades and performed well in national and international programming contests. The future looked bright. However, in 2011, conflicts broke out in southern Syria between civilian groups protesting for political freedom and security forces. The crisis devolved into civil war, and Iskandar's university was eventually impacted.
And the university almost destroyed, all the classes were destroyed. A close friend passed away from that explosion. And during the war, many friends passed away from different sides. So by that time, we feel afraid.
After graduating, the turmoil raging in the country gave him little hope for a proper career. And so Iskandar headed to neighboring Lebanon. That's when he learned of a scholarship program set up by JICA, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, that would allow him to study in Japan. He decided to move to Tokyo, where he began doing research on AI at university.
Get a higher degree. So in the future, when I come back to Syria, I will come back with a knowledge that can be transferred to other generation.
Iskandar then met Sakashita Yuki, the president of the IT venture company where he now works. Sakashita is also a member of an NPO that provides support to evacuees. It was a certain shocking incident that prompted Sakashita to want to help them. Evacuees from Syria attempted to cross the sea in an overcrowded and poorly fitted boat that capsized. The bodies of 2 young children were discovered washed ashore.
のうのうと生きていって少し何千キロか何万キロ先にはそんな5歳年もいかない子がなんとか逃げてだけどせっかく逃げたのに船がひっくり返って死体になってしまうと別にこれどうにかしたいっていう思いだったりとかがなんか生まれてきた形ですかね。
Sakashita learned that among Syrian evacuees were many talented IT engineers. To find opportunities for them to put their skills to use, he founded his company Bonzutnar. Iskandar joined the team, wishing to act as a bridge between Japan and his native country.
And the vision of Bonzutnar is similar to my vision, to help Syrian engineers and to help to prove that the Syrian engineer is capable.
Iskandar lives by himself in an apartment in Tokyo.
Can you show it to the camera?
That's 今私2年生ね同じレベルぐらい。
In order to better blend in at his workplace and in Japanese society, he puts effort into learning the language. In spite of his busy schedule, the thought of his mother and younger brother and sister who remain in Syria never leaves his mind.
The destroyed areas by the war, the destroyed land, destroyed places. Those all of them are companies in the past, companies which have importing products and cars, and now all is destroyed.
In the suburbs of Damascus, where Iskandar's family lives, the ruins of destroyed buildings have been left untouched. Even now, armed conflicts are still ongoing in certain parts of Syria, resulting in civilian casualties. The war is also taking a heavy toll on the country's economy. As of last year, the youth unemployment rate was at 33.5%.
Do you cook?
Outside of his regular working hours, Iskandar makes sure to keep in touch with fellow engineers.
If I want to cook, I need like 1 hour to cook.
How do you feel after you leave Syria and went to Iraq and Erbil?
But things are generally good. I have very few friends here, so my most time I spent my most time in war. Of course, I miss Syria, friends, family, and whatsoever. For week, I eat like.
Iskandar puts importance in offering moral support to those working in countries where the political situation is unstable. Currently, nearly 1,400 Syrians live in Japan. Among them are many who, unable to find stable work, are struggling. Iskandar's support extends beyond those with expertise in IT engineering.
Hello. الحمد لله تمام، انت كيفك؟ تفضل. ايه.
غير شو الأخبار؟ كيف الأولاد؟
لا الحمد لله، انت كيفك؟
الضياء كيفه؟
تمام.
6 years ago, Aya accompanied her husband who moved to Japan under JICA's scholarship program. Iskandar introduced her to this nail salon, where she's been working for 10 months now. The salon is part of a chain with 12 locations in cities including Tokyo and Osaka. Wishing to provide employment for people who fled their countries, the owner opened a new branch in Tokyo's Shibuya ward. Aya wanted to learn marketable work skills. She trained for 3 months with other women who left their homelands, then started working as a manicurist.
I'm interested when I work in nail. Like I feel fun and lovely, and I like to see customers talking together and like spend time with. Maybe in the future I'm looking forward to open my salon.
Aya has finally gotten used to her new job. In Syria, she lived with her parents, older sister, and 2 younger brothers. As the conflict worsened, the family evacuated to Lebanon. However, Aya's youngest brother, who remained in Syria, was killed.
Yeah, he shot. He was trying to take her friends to the hospital, but he shot. Maybe the road to go back is not safety and dangerous for us, so I cannot go back. All my memory about Syria was now it's sad memory because of the war.
Iskandar regularly checks on Aya and offers encouragement.
بس شو شايف في يعني
هلا يعني نحن حظنا
مستقبلي، يعني مو مستقبلي، في نية هيك
ان شاء الله يصير في زباين اكثر، يعني هي بتمنى يعني، وهو بيشتغل اكثر كل ما صار عنده خبرة.
I'm very happy to see her like growing and getting better. She's now how can I say an active person in the Japanese society, not just only in her family but also in the Japanese society.
Iskandar wants to further broaden the scope of his support. With his friends from Tokyo and the surrounding areas, he's preparing to set up an NPO. They got the idea following last year's earthquakes in Syria and Turkey. To fund relief efforts, they've gathered the equivalent of almost $20,000 in donations. They'll also eventually expand into finding work for people who stayed in Syria. They're holding a meeting to sort out the documents they need to register their NPO.
ليش هلا هي شو هي بس اشرحوا لي شويه كان زياده. هي شو هي مش الدخول العادي الاصيل، الدخول العادي الاصيل، دخوليه، وهي دخوليه داعم دخوليه يا شباب.
They're voting on the amount they'll charge for registration.
1000 حطوا 1000 خمسة 1 2 3 4 5
حلو الديمقراط اوكي حلو خلاص في عندنا حرفين
They plan to register their NPO within this year. This autumn, Iskandar found a new opportunity. Sporting a suit, he heads to a meeting.
Mr. Iskandar,
Your wear is very good today.
こんにちは。久しぶりです。
ご無沙汰してます。
Tanaka Yukiya runs a shop that sells clothes and motorcycle equipment, including the theft prevention system he had Iskandar and his colleagues develop. With the recent increase in thefts, he'd like the application to be even easier to use and wants to sell it not only to particulars, but also to businesses.
だから we have to sell also this. So, ブーストさせるためにもこれを使った、エンジンの制御は何とかできるようにしてこれが2 of 1 そうパラレルでいく
To engine, MPTT.
Tanaka would like the app to feature a system that prevents the vehicle's engine from starting, along with a new version of the GPS tracker.
From the feet. More
Iskandar's workplace specializes in system development. Though they lack experience in the creation of physical devices, Tanaka is hopeful.
だから僕の中では難民だったりとかっていうくくりは一切なく単純に異常に腕のいいナイスガイがうちのシステムを作ってくれてるただそれだけ。
Right away, they start to discuss Tanaka's requests. Iskandar believes that through expanding their business with the development of the GPS tracker device, they can help provide more work for the evacuees.
We
said that, can we do?
Yes. We need to start a new department in our company. Device, we don't create the device. We design, send it to Taiwan or China, and receive the boards. We don't create the device, but we design it.
Iskandar and his colleagues are about to enter a new stage in their challenge.
How much he's serious about that?
The group of Syrian friends have gathered for a small party at the office. Through good and bad times, they stand together. Kabsa, a traditional taste of their homeland. Lamb and chicken seasoned with spices and cooked with rice.
Delicious. 久しぶりの味。お母さん作った味に近いですけど、もちろんお母さんの料理の方が美味しいです。
Giving it his all to help fellow Syrians both in Japan and overseas, Iskandar looks to the future.
In the future, when we have this link between Syria and Japan, we will strengthen the connection between Syria and Japan. We will build the bridge between the two countries, which will help in transfer the knowledge from Japan to Syria and also from Syria to Japan.
I don't even find where we call home. It's written on my heart.